Hello stinky humans. Today's video is gonna be all about the Puffwump. Wump Wump. The Puffwump is a Tier 1 terrestrial omnivore. The species is available in the Omnivore Gacha. The stored version is available in the Shoom shop for 100 Shooms. The in-game description says, with a thick coat of fluffy down, Puffwumps are made to thrive in the frigid temperatures of Sonaria's coldest environments. During heavy blizzards, the brightly colored puffs of feathers on their tails help them find one another amongst the heavy snowfall. Males have a large feather located on their forehead, whilst females have rows of small feathers along the top of their head. The Puffwump is a small, bipedal creature whose appearance seems to take inspiration from raptors. The majority of its body is covered in thick feathers and down, so much so it looks like a cotton ball. It has small arms and skinny legs that stick out of its fluff. It also has a long, thin featherless tail, with a clump of feathers on the tip. The body is white, with some patches of orange on the body, and a fully orange tail fan. Their skin is gray with small dark brown freckles on their beak. Puffwump live in large groups of dozens of individuals. They may not be the strongest, but they are surprisingly bright for such small creatures. The large groups live in complex burrows underground, using several burrows for different purposes. Communal nesting dens, food storage dens, and spacious sleeping dens are among the most common to see in Puffwump warrens. Their light bodies aid in keeping them above freshly fallen snow, but they have no issues traveling through thick snow by digging their way through. As a defense strategy, Puffwump have been known to rapidly burrow themselves in snow to hide from predators. Although they usually choose to flee or hide from a dangerous situation, when it comes down to fighting, they rely on their large digging claws to scratch at their attackers. If other individuals are nearby, they will all quickly follow suit and pile on top of the predator. It's not the most effective, but it is a sight to behold. Newly hatched Puffwump have no feathers, and are kept underground in warm burrows until they grow their first feathers. They don't get their bright tail plumes or spotting until adulthood. A group of Puffwumps is called a Puffle. The Puffwump has the abilities Bleed, Bleed Defense, Sticky Fur, and Winter Tag. Pros of the Puff is that it is an omnivore with a decent appetite stat, but more importantly, its very good speed combined with high stamina, stamina regeneration, and presence of Winter Tag, allowing quite some leverage when roaming Sonaria and not being tied to a single food spawn or spot nor being too impaired during detrimental seasons. Constantly on the run and even swim for quite long periods without drowning, with the HP regeneration slightly mitigating drowning for a while. Being capable of eating on the run helps too. Its 1 bleed, decent bleed defense, and good HP regeneration may help slightly on fights against creatures of its same tier, with low HP, and reducing the amount of bleed you get. Lastly, it is known its fluffy or raptor or cute appearance may deter predators from attacking Puffwumps, and their sticky fur ability may be a good defense against low to mid damage predators while the creature flees. However, some cons are that its HP are the typical for its tier, meaning several creatures are perfectly capable of one-shotting the Puffwump, bypassing sticky fur. Plus its average tier 1 damage makes normal fights against heavier targets usually a nightmare recommended to avoid. That's why the Puffwump can run. The Puffwump is inspired by roadrunners, feathered raptors, and burrowing birds. Another heavy inspiration was an illustration of Leolinosaura in the book All Yesterdays. Despite the description explicitly stating that Puffwump lives in cold environments, it didn't have the Winter Tag. Later Puffwump received the Winter Tag and now has immunity to the cold effects. It's commonly called chicken and puff because of its appearance. Not only do Puffwumps run fast, they can swim for a long time. Despite this, they don't swim faster. That is all you should know about the Puffwump so far. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.